Hello guys and welcome into today's video. I have a lot to talk about. Overall today, another great day for the market. The SPY up over 1.46%, triple QQQ up 6%. So I have a lot to talk about. I had a comment on my last video. So on my last video, I had a comment on what I'm doing with my shares for triple QQQ. So, as you guys remember, I bought shares. It's been like 2 weeks now, right around the bottom for triple QQQ. So I'm going to be talking about that when I am exactly selling. So this is right around where I've actually bought shares on. But I have a lot to talk about from the overall market to Tesla because, okay, I am in Tesla calls that I entered in today before close as well as market open. I have a lot to talk about. Neo, Neo had an incredible breakout. We were up over 50% on our calls, and keep in mind we have 2 weeks on our calls, and overall Neo is still looking to break the downtrend and fill that gap. So I have a lot to talk about, especially Apple. I've alerted Apple calls on the Discord. So let's make this a little bit brighter. So I've alerted Apple calls on the Discord. Now, the best way to keep up with me is also following me on Twitter if you are not in any of my Discords, because I still post charts on Twitter to give you guys an idea on what I'm playing and what I'm swinging. So make sure to follow me on Twitter. So going to be going over Apple, Tesla, and overall the whole market, Neo. So I have a lot to talk about. Coin almost it hit our price target, so it's right around our price target. So overall, great week, and I have a lot to talk about. So taking a look at SPY, let's take a look at SPY. Now, first of all, one thing to keep in mind is tomorrow we have the consumer price index, so CPI. It tracks inflation, and we'll know that CPI comes out right around market open or pre-market. So what I would do is at CNBC, at pre-market and market open, refresh CNBC. That is when we get consumer price index, okay, around market open. Now, usually the market will price it in at market open, so we'll know if the CPI was good or bad, because we'll know at open, because that is when the news comes out. So that is one thing to keep in mind. I swung calls because we have already dropped so much. Now let's talk about the technical analysis for SPY. Okay, so SPY, we're taking a look at a wave 3 breakout. My price target is 472. If we take a look, okay, at the daily time frame, okay, we broke out of another resistance downtrend over here. If you guys zoom in, okay, if you guys actually zoom in, we have a nice bull flag. So 557 is a nice major level of breakout. We did gap up. Now we don't always have to fill this gap, especially since this looks like a breakaway gap where it's the start of a new uptrend. But we do have a gap down below just to keep in mind. So set that level of support, because if we do come back down, that could be a great play for puts. But taking a look at the daily, it looks very, very nice. We're taking a look at a bull flag, a breakout for SPY. Overall, technical analysis wise, it looks amazing. With the volume confirmation, everything looks amazing. Now, again, I bought shares at the bottom, but not for SPY. Okay, I didn't buy calls. I didn't buy any options for ETFs, but I bought triple QQQ shares. So, on Discord, I alerted triple QQQ shares. I've made a lot of videos on, and we got a amazing, amazing entry. Okay, right when we broke downtrend. Okay, so this was the candle right when we entered in. So we broke that off. As you guys can see, TQQ is bull flagging. Now, when am I selling? Okay, so when am I looking to sell? Well, I will be looking to sell around 72. So that is my first price target. But the reason I'm going to be selling half of my position here is because this is a major level of resistance. If we take a look, where we bought shares, and taking a look at around, we're going to be getting a 30% gain, or I could set my stop loss even a lot higher, or if potentially the market does go to all-time highs, we're going to be getting a 60% gain. So overall, triple QQQ looks very, very nice. Again, it was a very heavy shares play. Now, my next stock, again, UVXY, kind of broke that down. SQQ, which is kind of like the short QQQ. So complete opposite of QQQ is bear flagging right now and to test around the level of support down below. So I didn't alert this, but I actually bought a put debit spread on SQQQ, a very, very small account challenge play. It's just my personal, trying out some stuff. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about Tesla because I gotta say, Tesla looks primed. Tesla looks very, very nice. I've alerted a one Tesla calls right at market open, a 1,000 call. Now, that call is down over 60%, but it was only one call. Before close, I alerted another call, and this was a bigger position. Okay, so this is a really a bigger position around $1,700 on this Tesla call. So as you guys can see, we have a very, very nice ascending triangle breakout of Tesla, and tomorrow is the date. Okay, tomorrow is when Tesla will break out because as you guys can see, it is getting extremely, extremely, extremely tight. If we break this to the downside, I'm cutting it. If we break this to the upside, we're going to have a very, very nice run up. I have to say, I've never seen a solid setup in a while, okay? 1 month, 2 months, but this setup looks incredible. We have ascending triangle breakout, then we have a downtrend breakout, plus we have a very, very nice wick. So I have around 2 contracts on Tesla and market open. I will be looking to enter in more. It just needs to break this to the upside, and CPI has to be good, and the market needs to be running. Now let's talk about Neo because we were up over 45% on Neo. So as you guys can see, 45% on Neo calls, a very, very cheap play. I also entered in some debit spreads. Debit spreads were like $25 a piece, so this was a great play for the small accounts. Now I really love these type of plays because they're very, very cheap and it's easier to manage your risk. So taking a look at Neo, I actually only trimmed one contract. So if you actually go up, I only trimmed around one contract for Neo. So it was 2 contracts. So I trimmed around 2 contracts for Neo. The reason I held onto my position is because if we take a look at Neo, we have a lot of room to go off. Plus, we have 2 weeks on Neo. Okay, so we have a whole another week on Neo. Taking a look at Neo, our first price target going to be filling that gap, and second of all, when we do fill that gap, we're going to be breaking the whole downtrend. As you guys can see, Neo is in a major, major level of downtrend. So, going to be cutting off my position right when we fill that gap. But overall, this is setting up for a very, very nice downtrend breakout, and I want to scale out slowly. So overall, that is it with the Neo. Coin filled that level of gap, and Apple. Now let's talk about Apple because I've alerted Apple calls today. Again, if you guys are not in any of my Discord servers, make sure to follow me on Twitter. I post charts and updates on there too. So taking a look at Apple, I've been talking about the setup for a while. Okay, as you guys can see, Apple has a very, very nice inverse head and shoulder. We have the left shoulder, we have the inverse head, and then we have the right shoulder. As you guys can see, we're curling right over here. This is a major resistance 176. I grabbed next week calls. My price target really looks to be all-time highs, but right when we get into profits, I will be looking to trim off my position. Apple looks very, very nice, and this looks like a great play. I love Apple stock. Usually follows my technical analysis, like any other stock. But as you guys can see, Apple, as long as if we don't gap up, you guys can still enter in for Apple. Stop loss is going to be below 173.51. So overall, another very, very nice play, which I wanted to talk about. Other than that, overall a great day. Banks filled that gap. Okay, all of our banks are about to hit major levels of resistance. So as you guys can see, we have called the whole banks move. It's absolutely ridiculous. You guys can just watch my videos and you guys can get some really, really nice and really, really cool ideas. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm taking a look at other EVs. A lot of them are popping off. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on, leave a like, and see you guys tomorrow. at market open, and hopefully Tesla is going to be our main play. I will be very, very disappointed if Tesla does drop, because this looks like a very, very primed setup. Overall, hope you guys see you guys tomorrow at market open, and bye bye.